This kind of sounds to me like a really big he said with some famous guys. And it sort of feels that way because of the evidence. Am I wrong?
Well, we have something more than the he said, she said, because we have the grainy video, we have the 911 call, we have the sounds of the shooting, and we have the 9mm rounds that were found in ASAP Rocky's home. And the state, a little bit late, but for the first time, is going to bring their ballistics expert to say that the rounds that ASAP Relli found, and of course the defense is going to attack those could be 9mm rounds. So we have something more, because I agree with you, Ashley. The last thing you want to rely is just on the testimony of the victim alone, especially when he's filed a civil lawsuit. So hopefully the state has enough to corroborate that and get a conviction here.
And Jesse, they can bring that in, right? Like they can ask that question, aren't you suing the defendant for a bunch of money? And if he's found guilty in this court of law, won't that be a windfall for you? Like, can't they bring that up as motive?
Guess what? The defense didn't even bring it up. The prosecution had to get out in front of it. You know, the prosecution, they usually have to get out in front of bad facts. And towards the end of the closing argument, they're like, yeah, he found the shell casings. He didn't report it immediately. He's suing ASAP Rocky. We're going to let you know how the case goes. So basically, they had to get out in front of all these bad facts. And look, what was the first thing that Joe Tacopina, who's a very, very high-profile lawyer representing ASAP Rocky, said is this is all about money. This is all about extortion. And, you know, I think one of the reasons that, you know, you said, why wouldn't ASAP Rocky take a deal, 6 months in jail, right, as opposed to what he could be facing? Well, I think it's, you know, he might think that this case is very weak, you know, fingerprints, shaky ballistics, you know, were there really, was there a gun fired? Is it a real gun? But also because he's got this defamation lawsuit. And if he wins this case, that what could be a multi-million dollar civil lawsuit that he's facing, that could go to the wayside if he's ultimately acquitted here.